Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this out there on the World Wide Web. This is Jeremy Geelan for SYS-CON TV. I'm here at 10th Cloud Expo, New York. I have with me John Gilmartin from Coraid. Welcome, John.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
Lots going on behind us at 10th Cloud Expo and lots going on with Coraid. What is it that you specifically help us with? It's quite interesting.
Sure. Coraid is an Ethernet SAN company, and we help people who are trying to build out cloud architectures. Kind of what we're seeing is that as people move to big data and cloud, they really have to think hard and rethink their storage architectures. If you look at the compute side of the world, compute has really revolutionized thanks to VMware and scale-out compute. It's gotten very dynamic, very cost-efficient, but storage remains very complex and very expensive. And so what we're doing is helping people redefine their storage architectures to have those same types of benefits as the compute side, but bring that all in the storage layer using raw layer 2 Ethernet and using commodity off-the-shelf hardware to get a scale-out architecture.
Now, I'm thinking of that as it may be a tough row to hoe technically, but that's a very compelling value prop economically.
Absolutely. So we can help people really reduce the cost of their infrastructure. First and foremost, we do that without sacrificing performance at all. Our scale-out architecture is massively parallel, so we can get full 10 gig Ethernet performance, 1,800 megabytes per second, but do that at a fraction of the cost of a fiber channel array.
So who might typically come to you, John? Who's got that problem? I mean, let's not name names and shame them, but what kind of outfit is going to need to come to Coraid and say, you have to help us?
Absolutely. Anybody who's trying to move to larger scale data infrastructures and who are dealing with virtualization, where VMware virtual machines are moving around, they're very dynamic, and they have very unpredictable application workloads. Those organizations have a hard time scaling performance. Right? And with Coraid, the ability to use raw layer 2 Ethernet be massively parallel, you can scale your performance without bottlenecks, without controller issues, and get to very large scale and very complex architectures, but do so with a really simple storage architecture.
And how long have you guys been doing this? Because that problem has become terribly immediate, but I'm guessing it's always been slightly problematical for people.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we've been doing is really growing a lot over the last 2 or 3 years. And we took our first series of funding about a little over 2 years ago. Since then, we've grown about 2 to 3x per year. So we're growing very quickly, seeing a lot of adoption in the marketplace. People building clouds, people doing virtualization, people building software as a service type clouds as well, find a lot of attractive qualities in having a very simple Ethernet-based storage architecture.
And if I understand you correctly, I needn't be deterred if I've got these pain points that you can't help. You can still help. It's not a question of I have to start right. I can even have started wrong and you'll help me?
Absolutely. So many people are starting with either trying to retrofit a fiber channel architecture and are struggling with that, or you have some people who are trying to do it themselves using direct attached storage. And what Coraid does is really bring the best of both worlds. We bring all the simplicity of direct attached storage, but with all the benefits of a shared storage architecture. And we often think of that as being a virtual direct attached architecture, virtual DAS. And people get all the simplicity and all the economics, but do so with the benefits and the high availability of shared storage.
And how big a team are we talking about? So, I mean, you're a startup, 3 years on. What kind of size are you at?
We're growing very quickly. We've got a good team. We've got a team here in the US and sales teams around the United States. We have a new sales office in the UK, and we're expanding through Europe and EMEA. And then we also have a team in Asia Pacific that's growing very quickly as well.
Fantastic. And I can go to Coraid.com, I'm hoping, and find you there?
That's absolutely correct. Coraid.com is the best place to start to get information about Coraid, and obviously we'd love to talk to everyone.
There we are, a personal invitation.